Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new logo design process. Been getting so many of these lately, and it's fantastic because this is what every designer out there yearns for. People commissioning them for actual paid work, which will get used, it will get seen by others. You know, people will ask questions like, who made this for you? And so on and so forth. It's a very good way to spread your, not fame, I would say, but make yourself well known in certain circles that might eventually come to you for other services or might refer you to other people. So it's great. So basically, this organization that I'm doing this for is gonna be something called, and I apologize in advance for this awful pronunciation. It's in Swedish. It's called Ungdomens Nykterhetsförbund. Now, I'm pretty sure I massacred that completely, even though I should be able to pronounce it. But my Swedish is a bit rusty, considering I haven't heard a word of it in over a year. So what they do is, from what I understood, because I actually had to get a Swedish person to sort of explain it to me. And yes, I did this logo without knowing what the company actually does. It's how it's kind of how I work. So the this particular youth club, I would say, I can basically equate it to that. I'm sure maybe Swedes will know about it, or maybe not. Who the fuck knows? In any case, what they do is basically they are a alcohol enforcement agency in the form of a volunteer effort, I guess. So they check stores and just to see if they don't sell alcohol to minors and if they're all respecting the rules, etc. And they are promoting a sober lifestyle with like an alcohol-free lifestyle, or basically one that in which you don't abuse alcohol, I suppose, because people will have a beer once in a while. But and they also have certain activities like theater and like study circles. So it's sort of a youth club with a practical purpose. They're not like a freaky religious organization. They even state on their website. And they're not political in any way. They just seems like they just want to do good, which is rare indeed. So what they wanted was a logo that had a wave as a theme, because their subtext or the subtitle in their motto is sobriety is flowing. So it's part of their little campaign to promote a sober lifestyle, I suppose. And so they wanted to equate it with a wave. So I just made a couple of sketches, as I usually do, and then we settled upon a wave in a bit more of an aggressive manner, one that's flowing towards the viewer, which I'm drawing there, as you can see. And color scheme was basically up to me, but there aren't many variables you can do when you're talking about waves. It's basically blue with various shades and tints of it. So yeah, it's kind of a generic wave, but I think it's original. I mean, I didn't find anything looking exactly like the one I made on the internet, which is always a good sign. So hopefully no one else has made it, because waves tend to be very popular with a lot of companies, from surf companies to all sorts. Basically, it's a very, very generic motif, and many people out there use it extensively. So yeah, I'm just hoping that it's fine. But usually what I do, it doesn't really pop up anywhere else, because I try to be as original as possible and not make my stuff look like other stuff. So after the third form, which is going to be the final one, I just brought it into Illustrator, and I'm going to start doing my usual thing with the crazy circles. And I know there are people asking for a tutorial for this. There is really nothing to say. Make circles, use the shape builder tool, build your shapes, the end. That's kind of it. I mean, it's really pointless making an entire video just about this, because it's very self-explanatory. So make your circles and do what I do. That's it. Profit. So what else is there to say? Not much, really. I guess you'll have to see the final form. What this is going to get used for is going to be shirts, I'm guessing, and some posters, from what I understood. But that's easy, since it's, of course, scalable to infinity, and it's going to be that way when I am done with it, so no problem there whatsoever. It's a fairly simplistic logo. I mean, it's not complex, it doesn't have a double meaning, etc., but it's something nice looking that represents their message, I suppose, that sobriety is flowing. So I'm just gonna try to make it as fun as possible, I guess. I'm gonna give it a little bit of shading and all that, and try to make it pop out and give it some dimension at least. It's kind of hard to find something to talk about with these logos, because it's not it's not quite the same as the previous ones that I made, and the company is very much different, not very gaming related, sort of a serious thing. But considering it's meant for youths, then I guess it's acceptable to have like a fun sort of logo, I think. So what I'm doing there is just giving the logo some highlights, making the waves look like they're shining in some sort of source of light that's coming from somewhere. Trying out to see if rounded edges would work better, but eventually I gave that up and just went for sharp points. And let's see what else. Not much, unfortunately. Just waiting, checking stuff out, and now that's basically it. That's basically done. But then afterwards, I decided to add some shades in as well, like a darker shade of blue, just to, you know, give it a little bit of extra stuff. Their previous logo was single color, and it was just basically a rectangle with the 3 letters UNF, I think. Yeah, UNF in it, and so they wanted something visual to represent their brand. So just finishing up the shading there, and now I'm gonna play around with it and put it in various shapes and see like how it would look in a black circle, for example. That gives me the opportunity to color the water and give the water underneath the shading and the highlights as well. Makes it for a more appealing and a more clear logo, I think. So they like this one, and eventually they're gonna go for this one. And towards the end, I'm gonna make a couple of posters, kind of boards, I guess, showing how the logo would look like printed in at a large size. So that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna pronounce this name ever again. Right there, I'm just trying out like to put in a sun or something, and just to see how it looks. But I gave that up eventually. So this is gonna be it. UNF SKARABORG, or Skaraborg. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I'm sure Swedes will correct me in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please rate that shit. And I will see you around for my next drawing videos. It's fucking 1 a.m. right now, so I've been working the entire day, pretty tired. Probably gonna play some Dodo and chillax for a while. So see you guys around. Hope you liked it. Bye-bye.